Hello, freaks, geeks, degenerates, basement dwellers, and scrufftards. Welcome to the War Zone. I'm Scruffy, and this is Scruffy Tales. And a shorter video taking a quick look at Pokrovsk because it appears as if Russia has launched the countermove to Ukraine's push towards Myrne. A move we were expecting, and now it seems we know where the Russians have intended to counter the Ukrainian presence at Myrne. Right, so we have ISW's map here, the Pokrovsk area. Here we have the push towards Myrne coming in from the south, according to ISW. And we can see here Russia's response. I told you, right? Russia would not let this go. There would be a response to this. And not only a Russian response, we've seen some other changes in the area as well. More than likely, as a result of the push towards Myrne, we're going to take a look at all of it. But crucially, we can see here the Russian response. Right, according to ISW, Ukraine moved in from the south here through Mykolaiivka and Muryobivka towards Myrne up here. And they've switched these two towns around. This is Myrne and this is Malnivka. Others are claiming Ukraine came through Mykolaiivka instead of Mykolaiivka towards Myrne. But a Russian push down here seems to indicate that the ISW might be correct in their assessment that the push is further south. And I will show you what this here means for the Ukrainians should this push here be the correct interpretation. Jumping over to my map, zooming in, here we have Myrne and the push from the south, and down here we have where the Russians have moved in, and we know that the Russians have reached this factory because we have geolocated evidence that Russians have been killed in firefights here. Unclear if they've taken the factory or if Ukraine is still holding on, but evidently up until a day or two ago this was Ukrainian territory. Now the Russians have pushed up into this area, reaching the factory when we have firefights at this factory. And this is important because taking a look, you can see here what it means. If ISW is correct and Ukraine made the push from the south between these two lakes, that means they're coming up through Myryobivka to reach the windbreaks that leads up to Myrne. And if Russia is now moving up here, they might try and link up north of the lake. Here you have a dam, and they have forces on either side of the lake at the moment. They can link up and crucially cut the Ukrainian logistics coming through here, and thereby isolating Myryobivka and the push north to Myrne. Obviously Ukraine can still try and come up this way and make it across the open spaces to reach this town. So I think we should expect Russia trying to move up this way to reaching this part of the battlefield, because if Russia does that, coming through here and linking up is probably a part of the objective, and trying to reach this space here, that means that they have effectively cut off the push to Myrne, if this is the correct interpretation that Ukraine is pushed in from the south. If they've come through Mykolaiivka instead of Mykolaiivka, then this push will not do anything to sever logistics to Myrne. So since we're seeing a Russian push here, tells me that ISW might have the correct interpretation. We'll see if things changes on the maps in the coming days here. But as we can see, I think this is the Russian response to the push to Myrne. Instead of attacking up here, where we probably have a decent Ukrainian presence since they've made the push to Myrne, they're trying to come in from behind, from the rear, isolating the towns down here so that they can then move in and reclaim them when they are cut off from reinforcements. because if Russia takes this territory here, of course, this wide open field is Ukraine can't really reliably move across here, as you can imagine, to support troops in Myrne and further north in Myrne. And like we've pointed out, this move is important for Russians. It makes sense for them to try and do this to cut the Ukrainians off, because if they don't, and Ukraine can push forces in here to Myrne, like we've said, Ukraine can exploit it potentially to secure this box here, reaching Kopcheve, maybe Shevchenko-Persh even, because if they do this, then they have essentially isolated the entire Russian force to the north of Pokrovsk, since Russia can't move past Ukrainian positions to reinforce. North of Kopcheve, you have this wide open field that exposes Russia to drones. You have wide open spaces here. There's open spaces here as well if you try to make it on foot. Again, exposing the Russians to drones, artillery, and what have you. So should Ukraine reach Kopcheve, the Russians over here are completely isolated, essentially. So the Russians needs to deal with Myrne, and they have more than likely chosen to allocate troops to defend territory around Myrne to contain the Ukrainians, and now the proper countermove is coming in from the south to cut the Ukrainian logistical lines right here, and in so doing cutting them off, and then begin attritional battles to grinding them down and pushing in and taking back Miro, Lyubivka and Myrne over time. Not really surprising, I said, right? Since Myrne was of such importance, Russia would allocate troops, manpower, resources to handle and deal with the situation. And we can see that Myrne has had an effect. Ukraine took it on the 23rd or something like that, and then in the following 48 hours after taking Myrne, things started to happen in and around Novoekonomice, and we could see Ukraine moving in on this large factory area here. We saw Ukrainian flags popping up all over the place here, and we also saw Ukrainians pushing up this way into this smaller factory. You can see here some chimneys, smokestacks, and what have you. Or is it a mine? Is this a mining facility? I don't know. But anyway, so unclear if Ukraine has secured this windbreak and the factory here, or if this is if the Russians are holding on to this territory. But at any rate, within 48 hours after taking Myrne, things started happening outside of Novoekonomice, indicating that Ukraine had an advantage. The Russians were cut off, and they could apply pressure and have success in pushing the Russians back. And the Russians really need to deal with this situation. It is hurting Novoekonomice quite clearly, and the Ukrainians are pushing the Russians back. Something has to be done, because, like I said, the most likely attempt by the Ukrainians initially will be to hurt and reach Novoekonomice, and then you have the real danger of Ukraine pushing north as well. So the option the Russians have gone with is coming in from the south to securing this area right here, in so doing cutting off the Ukrainians holding up in this breach. And if the Russians can do this, then they will begin applying pressure on Ukrainian positions, and in an attempt to grind them down and eventually move in and secure this territory once more. So that is the situation here at Pokrovsk at the moment. Not much else going on. It is troubling that Ukraine can't begin operations here. That means Russia is moving in troops and fortifying, like we've said. Ukraine is having trouble dealing with Kucherov Yar, apparently. And the artillery screen to the west at Nikanarivka up to Shahove is keeping the Ukrainians at bay. Ukraine can't seem to enter this area where they need to start applying pressure. Otherwise, Russia is just going to move more and more troops into this area to secure the breach, more and more troops into here to build up forces to hold the line, and eventually they have a strong enough force that can begin moving east into these valleys down towards Shahove and apply pressure to the town. And then there's a real risk that they will secure the 5 bridges in the area. We can see here that they're trying to come in from the east as well. Wide open spaces that they need to bypass, and my guess is that they're gonna primarily trying to move in here along this valley here to the south. Probably gonna try and make it north as well, but the main advance will be to the south, is my guess, because this valley and the cover it provides takes the Russians all the way to the suburbs here of Shahove. And here you have 2 of those bridges that the Russians want. One right here, and the other one is up here to the north, up here a smaller one. So I think they're going to be trying to come through here to reach these 2 bridges by taking this street here. And then they are right on top of Shahove, combined with having troops to the west up on the high ground that can move into these valleys and making a proper push into town. And if if Russia can take this high ground here and the high ground here, they are in an overwatch position and can open fire into town from high above and supporting units trying to move into the town. So yeah, my hope was that Ukraine might have been able to exploit this push by moving in troops and starting maybe making stronger pushes against Nové Ekonomice, maybe starting to move up along these windbreaks. But I kind of suspected that the Russians would react to contain this, which seems to be the case, which means Ukraine has been unable to divert Russian assets away from Shahove down to Kocheve, and that means Russia can keep building troops here, and eventually move in from the east, from the west, and over time take Shahove. So that is the situation at present in the area surrounding Pokrovsk. We also know, we can jump over to Andrew here, that the Ukrainians have been pushing the Russians back in the suburbs here. I think we can see it better here. Yeah, on Mayakovsk 73's map. The Ukrainians have been pushing the Russians back in this part here of town. And then we have this video here has been making rounds, hasn't it? Of that Ukrainian tank that drove straight up to a high-rise building and started blasting at point-blank range to deal with the Russians, and the parts of the building eventually collapsed on top of those Russians. So, yeah, overall, we're seeing some successes from the Ukrainians, definitely, but the Russians have begun a counter-move, as it were. Here you can see how you have engagements in that factory we were talking about. So that is the situation here at Pokrovsk currently. And that would be all. That's the end of it. I hope you found it interesting. I hope I'll see you in the next one. As always, go po marsh, Ukraine, and give them hell.